We start this men's style at the base of the neck. We use the clippers and guard to set the desired length. Here we want to really crop the hair. We continue to shorten the hair at the back until we reach the crown. We cut with the clippers until we reach the opposite side. We cut this side in the same way. We do the same on the other side. Next we change the guard and we cut even shorter, starting at the temples. We go over the whole side. And we continue the cut at the nape. We work in the same way until we reach the other side. We remove the guard to shape the sideburn. We also shape the side of the neck and the hairline around the ear. We tidy the hairline, leaving it very natural looking. We shape the sideburn on the other side. Next we join the longer top with the shorter layers. We lift the hair with the comb and we cut straight across with the clippers. We cut in the same way, at an increasing angle to leave the hair quite long on top. Comb the hair on top and we join it with the side. Next we trim the fringe. We leave it short and very irregular. We take the next section and we comb it forwards, trimming at the same time. We also trim the longer top in the same way. We open spaces and create irregularity. This technique will give us a much lighter style. We now go over in horizontal sections to remove excess length. We make some touches necessary to check the thickness. Using the scissor tips, we shape the hairlines. Next, we tidy the temples and sideburns with the razor. We also tidy the hairline at the nape in the same way. After cutting, we make some highlights on top. We have chosen a brown tone to get a very natural but shiny end result. Finally, we finger dry into the desired look. This is a very young style with colour and length contrasts. This men's style can be given different finishes, like the ones we can see in these shots. We start the next style cutting the template area with comb and scissors, cutting increasingly more. We cut the other side in the same way. We shape the sideburn. Next we take the first vertical section on the side and we cut with the razor. Take the next section and we cut it using the previous one as reference. We keep on taking sections which are then brought forwards. We drag the razor over them to cut and set the length. We cut the lower nape in the same way. We comb the hair following its natural position, and we cut it against the skin with the razor. We comb and cut the base of the nape using the comb and razor. We now cut the top of the nape using vertical section. We now take the first vertical section from the other side. We bring the hair slightly forwards and we cut with the razor. We work the cut towards the back using successive sections. We remove any loose ends and we lower the next section. We keep on cutting using the previous section as reference. We continue working each layer in the same way until we reach the top. We trim the crown. We make spaces to help the hair spike out here. We also trim the fringe with the razor. We continue taking sections on top and trimming in the same way. We make spaces with the razor to help lighten the style and to add movement. We remember to keep an eye on the thickness, trimming where necessary. Next we go over the cut in horizontal sections, using the scissor tips to cut. We remove any excess length from the nape and diagonal sections. We also go over the sides. We snip the hairlines to give them a more natural look. Next we tidy and shape the sideburns with the razor. We do the same on the other side. We comb the hair and top forwards. We run the razor over it to further lighten the style. We continue trimming and removing excess length where necessary. After cutting, we create some light highlights all over the head to help add life to the base colour. We dry with an open brush into the desired shape. We can see in these shots the end result. This is an easygoing natural style, which we have complemented with some long stylish sideburns to add a very modern touch. We can also see a more formal finish. We start the next style by bleaching the hair and then adding some purple highlights at the front. After dyeing, we start cutting at the lower nape. We trim and cut to the desired length with the razor. We want to leave the hair slightly longer than in previous styles. We work the top layers, using the razor to set the length and select the sections. We take the hair at the fringe forwards and we select and cut it with the razor. We work section by section in the same way. We take the hair forwards and we slide the razor over the top to trim. We now go over the cut at the base of the nape. We take sections at the back and we lift them. We start to trim them at the shaft to create space and thus lighten the style. We work the whole of the back in the same way with the razor. We make sure we check the thickness and length, cutting to the desired length when necessary. We cut and tidy the hairline at the nape. We now move on to shaping and cutting the side. We take sections and we take them back to be cut with the razor. We work the cut towards the top. We work the front in the same way, leaving a long fringe on one side. We then join the length starting on one side. We take a vertical section and we remove the excess length with scissors. We work in successive sections towards the back. We comb the nape and we trim the base of the cut with the scissors to give the style some irregularity. We continue joining using vertical sections. We now trim the base of the side with scissors. We go over the top, cutting the excess length using the scissor tips to give more irregularity. We trim and create space at the fringe, marking the parting. We lift the hair at the crown. We remove excess length with the scissor tips. Once cut, we finger dry to get a very natural finish. We can see in these shots the end result. It's a men's long hair style with a daring colour contrast at the front. If we add some gel and comb the hair back, we can get quite a different look. We start the next style at the side of the nape with the clippers and a guard. We crop the hair, leaving the hair longer at the middle to be formed into a crest. We cut the side working upwards to the change of angle. We do the same on the other side. We change the guard. We now go over the already worked parts to crop them even more. We join the shorter and longer length of the top using clippers, giving some continuity to the style. We first of all join one side, then the other. We shape the sideburn and the hairline around the ear. We go over the join between the longer and shorter layers with the corman's clippers. We lift the hair with the comb and we remove the ends with the clippers and a no guard. We go over the back. We tidy and shape the hairline at the nape. We shape the sideburn and the hairline around the ear. We check the join between the top and the short at the side. Next we lift the hair with a comb. We now snip the crest with the scissors. We comb the hair against itself. We slide the scissors from the bottom to the top. We combine these two techniques to get much irregularity here. We do the same on top. We lift the hair with the comb and we snip here and there to lighten the style. We comb the hair against itself and we trim with the scissors until we reach the front. We check the joins, removing any loose ends with the comb and scissors. We finish defining the hairlines at the temples, sideburns and ears. We join the areas to set a continuous line. We snip the hairline at the nape to leave it very natural looking. We go over the hairlines with the scissor tips. We trim the front in places. Next we use a razor to shave the temples and sideburns to tighten to really define them. We tidy the hairline at nape in the same way. We do the same on the other side. We trim the fringe, cutting it to the desired length. We also trim the lower nape, shaping the point of the crest that we've designed in the middle. We carry on combing the hair and sliding the razor over it to accentuate the cut. Once cut, we move on to dyeing the hair. We add an intense red tone to the shaft and ends of the crest. Finally, we dry the hair, shaping the crest. We can see in these shots the end result. It is a young, modern and daring style. We can also see another finish. Carlos Loredo starts his last men's style at the nape using scissors and comb. We increasingly cut more as we work towards the occipital area. We lift the hair with a comb. We cut upwards with the scissors to the change of angle, and then work the cut to the temple. We trim slightly and shape the temple. We outline the hair at the ear and the side of the neck. We go over the nape to leave it quite short. We tidy the hairline at the nape using the scissor tips to get a very natural look. We continue working the side with scissors and comb. We set and shape the side of the neck. Next, we take vertical sections between our fingers from the side. We remove any loose ends with the scissors. We use this technique to also join the lower and upper layers. We continue working in successive sections until we reach the other side. We take horizontal sections at the crown. We cut them jaggedly to achieve irregularity and figure moving hair. We work the cut towards the front. We go over the cut to finish joining the areas, removing any loose ends. Next, we thin out the hair to remove any excess weight. This technique helps us to achieve a softer look and is especially useful when working with very fine hair. It gives us continuity and avoids any noticeable marks. We can see how we lift the hair with a comb and cut here and there with the spacing scissors to remove weight. We continue to soften the cut at the back. We then set quite a short length at the fringe using razor. We cut and trim the whole area. We highlight the cut by sliding the scissors over the hair to create spaces. We tidy and define the sideburn with the razor. We also tidy the sides of the nape in the same way. Once cut, we make some natural highlights at the top to give the hair more shine. Finally, we dry and shape with the use of some gel. We can see in these shots the end result. It is a young, modern men's style which can be given a more easygoing finish.